Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 165 of the Red Force Podcast. My name is Eric Toledo. Today, Christian Toledo.
First question. How is the audio? Because we might have the same problem we had last time when we had to switch around
Have you
computers and
updated
bullshit.
your computer, Christian?
No.
Okay.
Alright. How's the audio? Does it work?
No one's whinging
Are
yet.
we fine? Yes. More tech issues. The saga of the capture card.
We're getting a new camera.
I told you it was broken a month ago.
That's it, we're getting a new camera. I'm sick
Alright.
of this nonsense, Christian.
Alright.
I'm sick of it. We're gonna have to invest in new technology.
We're investing in new technology, new camera. The Sony cameras don't need capture cards. So Elgato, you're not getting my money anymore.
You're done.
Get out of here.
Get out of my
Alright?
face.
Get out of here. Yeah, you can get out. Alright? So according to the chat, audio is good. We like to see it. Alright?
Hunter x Hunter Chapter 1, First Impressions Review.
Yes.
I don't think this is gonna be long. But
Well,
we'll talk. We'll talk
There's a
about it.
chapter. There's a chapter there.
I don't think the Hunter
some
x Hunter
history.
section will be too long.
There's a history.
Unless you want to go into further
Well, you know, we're gonna
situations.
dissect the chapter. It'll be a normal chapter
Will
length.
we get spicy? Do I feel like it? We'll have to wait and see when we get into the chapter review.
Yes, we have the chapter review. We have topic of the show. Eric hates nuance. Alright.
Apparently, I hate nuance.
If you haven't been on streams, you haven't been around in the community, the meme is Eric hates nuance, because he hates shows like Berserk and he hates Ace. Alright, he hates nuance.
All true and factual.
Alright, so
Each statement.
we'll get into that. It'll get spicy. It'll get heated. Alright, we got Shanks, of course. We got Thunderdome. You know, Eric, he's got one job. He's got very limited jobs. Make the thumbnail and post the Thunderdome thing on Patreon. He didn't do it, so I picked one. All right,
Is it good?
there's a lot to talk about.
Okay.
alright? It's a spicy take that a lot of people have. All right, and you'll be surprised by it. All right, we got questions, and that's what we got. One Piece anime. The Oden source is getting out of control.
Will he fight Roger? for the
Oden
territory?
tanks a prime Whitebeard Quake Fist
To the face.
to the face, unfazed. Doesn't get knocked out temporarily. Not even bleeding, not even shattered teeth. He's fine.
But, you know, he's sweaty about it.
He's a little sweaty.
He's out of breath.
Little,
He's a little bit out of breath.
he's a little sweaty by
No
it.
blood.
Now, everyone remembers.
In fact, I don't even think I
Marineford.
see a bead of sweat on his
No.
face.
Everyone remembers from Marineford when Mr. Sweatiest Man on the planet, Alkainu,
Got folded in half.
photorized by old sick Whitebeard
Two
without the green haki.
Yes.
According to the anime, Whitebeard's haki is green.
Well, he's
Now-
kind of dealt through things green as well. I think
Well, I think
that
that's
will-
to signify that he's putting haki in it.
Sure, but they put a green. They gave him a green motif.
filter, whatever.
I would go with blue.
Well,
I don't know why they went with green. but
green, you know, whatever. It's
It was
fine.
his ability is already kind of blue anyway. So
Whatever. All right, maybe it's to signify he's using haki.
sure.
alright?
I'm
But-
sure Roger will be red, Christian.
Roger's gonna be red.
So
We already know that.
they're setting
alright?
it up.
It is out of control. It's distorting. Is it distorting Oda's vision?
Or is it putting it where it should be?
Questions we'll never have answers to. But I don't think Odin's supposed to be on par with Whitebeard.
Well, as we cast our mind back to the manga, Christian,
Yeah.
similar in stature. They maybe Oda portrayed them as like brothers, you know.
Sure.
Whitebeard, of course, the big alpha man. Odin plays kind of.
Don't say it.
Odin kind of plays second fiddle, Christian.
You said the anime meme one. There you go.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Odin's a right hand man.
Sure.
Everyone else is a clown compared to this. As they say in the anime and in the manga, huge asset.
Ridiculous. Alkainu's so sweaty about the legend of Odin, he won't even go to Wano. just the legend of Odin itself. He won't go to Wano.
Yeah.
So Odin's source, out of control, absolutely out of control.
Now we know but to be fair, he does tank the Divine Departure with very little damage.
But
So would he be able to take the Quake Fist, Christian? If he can take the Divine Departure.
I don't know, dude. I think the Quake Fist is like supposed to be the most destructive One Piece ability in the show.
What do you think about people talking about in the
Well, that's, piercing damage, all that kind of shit. I'm talking about raw power.
Yeah.
Raw devastation, raw damage. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Whitebeard's Quake Fruit. That's what we're talking about.
Now, the
peak.
people remember what happened in Marineford, Christian.
I already mentioned it.
I'm just saying, I'll say it again.
Folded.
Literally folded.
Literally folded.
And
Alright?
shattered into pieces.
Yeah.
Now, people say he didn't take a nap. He got up straight after. He was fine. What do you comment on
Events happen. Such as,
him
him disappearing for at least 3 chapters. So, I don't know that he got... what are we doing here? Audio... What are you doing?
Just keep talking, Christian.
Again, you're plugging things in, you're plugging things out. I don't know if it's not affecting the show.
It's not. It's just a headphone.
All right, Eric's having some interesting issues over there. Anyway, what am I doing? We're on Shadow Soul, new chapter out. Eric should not read this one. He'll be enraged. He'll be angered. The edge is on display. Now, it's Hot Topic. Nice edge. It's not real edge.
Right.
All right. It's fine. It's palatable edge.
Is there cutting involved?
No.
Is there...
There's edgy quips.
What is the source of this edge? Just teenage angst or legitimate grievance?
Character. Depth.
Character
And
depth.
nuance.
But is there...
No.
Is it an aesthetic choice, or is this these spoilers,
It's
Christian?
basically just an aesthetic choice. There's something behind it, but
No,
it's more about the philosophy.
your main character wears black. The whole
They all
crew
wear
wears
black.
When did they get an armor update?
They just got an armor update.
I feel like I've seen it for a while.
Yeah, it's just got updated.
Okay.
It's an addition. It's not. All right, it's not complete.
No, it's just made of some stupid material
Hey,
from the secret guild.
You got you know.
Of course.
It's high quality.
How
But
is
anyway.
it? How is it that I know all without even reading it?
Of course. All right, we're talking about storytelling. Anyway, we're on. The final boss begins.
Okay.
Next chapter.
Goon's taken out.
The work's been done.
Famous fraud being taken out by a door.
Yeah.
Hopefully that becomes a meme.
Maybe at some point. But we're on the final boss.
Yes.
Showcase. The showcases are over. It's time for the main event. You know what I mean? Alright? Get ready for it. Alright? I'll come to a close. It's all happening.
Okay.
Alright. Now, let's get into a little known kind of indie manga known as Hunter x Hunter. Alright, let's get into it. Hunter x Hunter, here we are.
What do you want to say?
Is this the final channel meme manga? By that I mean My Hero, always memed by Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter x Hunter, always memed by Eric. Berserk, also always memed by Eric. This is the last one out of the 3 big memes of the channel. Alright? The big 3 memes, I would say. Alright?
I wouldn't say this is the worst chapter out of the... Maybe it is. I wouldn't say it's the worst chapter out of the big 3 memes. But...
Well, maybe we'll get to that.
Okay.
Alright? Because we didn't really have a problem with My Hero.
It was fine.
It was fine.
What do we give that? A 6 or something? 7?
7? It was good. It was fine.
Okay, what do we give Berserk? 6 or something?
Around the same mark.
Yeah.
It was intriguing, at least.
Mm-hmm.
You had that edge. Eric wasn't there for it, Eric,
Too much explaining things.
Sure. Alright? And then we get Hunter x Hunter. Alright? Now, before we get into the chapter, little history lesson on a man named Togashi.
An infamous man.
well known throughout the industry, Togashi. Probably most well known for his, maybe, I don't know, what's more well known? Yu Yu Hakusho or Hunter x Hunter? Probably Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter by now, I think.
Right now, alright? But Yu Yu Hakusho, man, created...
It's one of the great pillars of anime, Christian, Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, okay.
Everyone suggests it's
Of anime, not manga. No one suggests... Did
I say manga?
No one suggests...
Maybe I was misspoken. I said anime.
Alright, no one... Maybe I could go on an art rant here or there. Alright? Now. Togashi won. He won the Tezuka Award. You gotta give him props.
With what?
He won it with a baseball manga at the age of 20, 1986.
Now, no one's denying that the man has talent, right?
Alright, yeah, sure. Now, I will ask you this. Did Oda win the Tezuka Award?
I can't remember.
He came second. Because it was not good enough to be first. Alright? Oda, second, Tezuka Award. He never won.
So there was no winner that year?
No winner. I don't think there was a winner that year. Prove me wrong, internet. Okay. But, you know, all I know is Oda only came second.
I'm pretty sure Araki won the Tezuka Award.
I don't know. But Togashi won the coveted Tezuka Award. First, what do you say about that? Now, I did check out this baseball manga, and it is, art-wise, design-wise, whatever you want to say, it's better than Hunter x Hunter. Now, is this Togashi at his peak, trying his hardest, trying to make a name for himself?
I'm sure this is before. Hard. It has to be before.
Yeah, it's his first thing. If he won the Tezuka Award.
It's still looking like Yu Yu Hakusho. It's still a similar style.
Yeah, it's still a similar style. Maybe a little different here or there, but, you know, it's you know.
But he's hungry. He's putting in work.
Yeah. Alright? He's putting in the work. He's trying. Alright? He wins the Tezuka Award in 1986. Then, he debuts with a romantic comedy. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
In 1989, 3 years later, he debuts in Jump.
Yes.
With a romantic comedy.
I imagine many scripts turned down, many trials turned down.
Many late nights as an assistant, all that kind of stuff. The classic, alright?
Now, for the people out there, you don't just get gifted a manga when you win the Tezuka Award.
No. You gotta prove yourself.
You get the award, someone will hire you, you know.
Yeah.
You get into it.
Alright. Then, in 1990, he comes out with Yu Yu Hakusho, smash hit, anime, only lasts 4 years. Were you surprised by this?
I thought it was longer, Christian, because I heard it was 4 tournament arcs, so I assumed...
That's the whole show.
So I assumed there was some other arcs, but it's just 4 tournament arcs.
Togashi loves these tournaments.
Okay.
Right? So, that is... Comes out in the 90s with Yu Yu Hakusho 94. That ends.
Yes.
Then he makes his return with Hunter x Hunter in 1999. Well, 3 years after One Piece, 3 years after Naruto, or is Naruto 94? I can't remember. But
they're all around 96.
All around, 96, that era. So Hunter x Hunter, would you say Hunter x Hunter is part of this class?
Of what? One Piece?
This One Piece, Naruto, Bleach class.
Yes.
Alright? Hunter x Hunter is part of this class, alright? It's a little history of Togashi.
In the 90s. You
gotta give him the respect of a legend. Togashi, legendary, alright? People still talk to this day about Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I can't get past the first arc because it has nothing to do with anything. And it's just, what's his face? Fucking the main character running around in ghost form, being, antics. We're not living in the soul world, doing nothing.
But,
but you gotta respect the man.
People grow up with it, yeah?
Yu Yu Hakusho. Alright? He comes out in 1999 with Hunter x Hunter. Now, let's get into it. First chapter. The legend begins, as some might say. Alright? Now, before Eric read it, I said to Eric, this chapter is the most standard first chapter you've ever read. We've got kid, child protagonist, being Goku-esque, running around the forest, nature, fishing.
Sitting on a tree, Christian.
Sitting on a tree.
What is the first panel of Dragon Ball, Christian?
I believe Goku fishing. Is that correct?
Hanging from a tree, Christian. Big double page, big spread.
Goku in nature. Yes.
Fish.
But first,
Fishing with his tail, you see his dick.
Sure.
Hilarious.
but first, we can't forget the first page. Eric's favorite word. If you'd say it, Eric.
Fake depth.
I wouldn't call it fake depth. I would just say it as he explained the world because it doesn't promise anything. It just says
It promises treasure
beasts
and beasts.
and crazy environments.
Have you seen any treasure?
What do you want?
Have you seen any riches?
Treasure?
Have you described his riches?
Yeah, do the eyes
We
count
see-
as riches?
We
I
see
guess.
gold, we see coins, treasure,
There's a trade of valuables going on. There's a black market.
and beasts.
Maybe the last arc you could say. But it sets up this world of creatures, treasures, adventure, massive cool environments. Do you ever get any of that? No. I find that strange. Togashi straight up lies to everyone.
Now,
It's
is
fascinating.
Have we found fake depth, Christian? Are you satisfied with defining this as fake depth? Because I know you got problems with.
You see,
understanding-
the first page of this manga refers to the dark continent that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Now we're getting a little spoilery. Alright?
Christian's getting upset.
Maybe a
Now
little.
you do struggle to understand fake death when it comes to world.
Sure.
Is this applicable in your mind?
No, because he doesn't really promise anything. He's just explaining what hunters are. They hunt beasts. They hunt treasures. They explore. Do most of them do this? Absolutely
But
not.
there is an arbitrary exposition page that promises you things.
I wouldn't say it's like Bill King stuff. Right?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
But it's
I wouldn't
classic.
say.
Here we are.
But I would say Togashi straight up lies in the first chapter.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? First arc, hunter exams. Kids versus people.
That's set up. The 100 exams set up at the end of this.
Okay, all right. First arc, fair enough.
Okay.
Second arc, the city arc. We're not even doing anything.
One would assume that the hunter arc has to do with hunting beasts.
No.
From the first chapter.
Absolutely not. All right. Second arc, we're in a city, not fighting beasts or going in crazy adventures. No. Right. Third arc is a tournament arc. We're training in a building. So no. Fourth arc, Greed Island. Yeah, I'll give you Greed Island. Maybe you can say that's an adventure. Yeah, okay, but you know, we do the last arc, the Chimera Ant arc before the new manga shit. You could maybe say that's hunting animals, maybe, and that's at the end of this fucking story. All right. So Togashi Shrub lies in this first chapter. All right. This shows nothing like this at all. All right. So I don't know what you're talking about, Togashi. We only get to the environmental stuff with Kite and all that shit in the Chimera Ant arc some 400 chapters later. So, you know, I don't know what he's trying to do here. Maybe this was the plan from the whole thing.
It's like setting. Would it be like Oda being like, this is a grand pirate adventure?
Yeah.
And then for the first 400 chapters, we are in a building.
Yeah.
Strange. Maybe he changed his mind.
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right. So, first page, straight up lie. And then we get God. Classic Goku-esque kid. Your standard. Classic Goku-esque kid. There's no real... No, people... When people talk about Hunter x Hunter, they don't talk about Gon. No one talks about Gon.
It's all the other characters.
He's your standard shonen protagonist, strong will, heart of gold, loves nature, loves animals, has ambition to do great things. You know, classic shonen protagonist, alright? You know, he's standard fare, alright? We open up by catching a giant fish. 5 men couldn't catch this fish, Eric. Does this impress you? Starts off very small stakes. And I would say Hunter x Hunter is on the lower end of the power scaling, greater shonen stuff. Alright?
I like how Toriko memes this scene.
Yeah.
Because Toriko catches a similar creature and another creature eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah, symbolizing that, you know, whatever.
But you know.
I would think it's hype if it was hyped up by Togashi.
But it's not. Not really.
No. Now, there isn't a narrator box telling me that it's hype.
But do you believe it?
No, I don't.
Alright. So, Togashi, you know...
Yeah, there's no real struggle. God just kind of does it. There's no real way to the catch. Nice render of a fish.
Alright.
Lobster thing, sure.
Sure.
Best thing drawn in this chapter.
Alright. We're not even some 2 pages in, we're gonna spicy, alright?
Yeah.
So, we catch his fish. It turns out Gon made a deal with his aunt. If he could catch his fish, he could go to the hunter
Do you want
exams.
to stop filling with the wire, Christian, please? Just leave it.
Alright.
Thank you.
But I have to adjust the mic.
Adjust it with this.
Alright.
Don't fucking play with the wire.
Now, he made a deal with his aunt. If he catches his fish, he gets to go to the hunter exams. Alright? His aunt begrudgingly agrees. He sends him off to the hunter exams. Gon goes. And goes to a little forest area, talks to a little creature that we trigger a little flashback, right? Gon was in the forest and was attacked by a mother trying to protect her cub. Some beast, bunny creature, bear thing, right? Then, the hype man saves Gon from this attack, killing the mother, alright? In the process, alright? Now this man, known as Kite, tells Gon, due to this action, the ecosystem is affected, alright? Now that the mother of the cub is dead, the cub will grow to resent humans. Thus, the cycle of hate continues, alright? Little speech about nature.
Now, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Does this animal have some kind of, like, conscious...
It's like Dragon Ball One Piece rules, I guess.
Where the beast kind of knows
They kind of know what's going on, but not really,
Now, we talk about the archetype of the hype man.
Yeah.
The master. Kite's kind of like a... Not really supportive Gon.
Yeah, he is. Gon. He's pissed off at Gon at first for wandering in. Then he gives he takes care of the cub, gives it a hug, even though the cub attacks him. He realizes Gon has a heart of gold. Alright. And then, Kite reveals that his father was actually alive. And that he's a hype man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but does the beast do anything that I should be impressed by? Or does it just kind of scream at God and then Kite comes in and kills it?
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, break a tree or whatever. I can't remember.
No, I don't think so. You just,
So, why is this dangerous?
He's a child.
He just pulled a giant fish out of the water.
But this is 3 years ago.
5 men.
This is 3 years ago.
I know the sequence has happened though, Christian, and I understand how strong this beast is.
Well, anyway,
why Kite one-shotting it is hype, because I don't have any context for how strong this beast is. If it blew up, if it broke a boulder with its paw, then it'd be like, oh fuck, this thing's strong.
Okay.
But it's just fuzzy and poorly drawn.
They're coming out of here strong, right? Now, Kite tells Gon his father is still alive. And this sets Gon off on his quest to get strong and go to the hunter exams to go after his father, who is a hype man and kind of the Shanks of the show. He's a legendary, high-level, top-tier dude. Gonna go get him, gonna go find him.
The point
Legendary.
of the story is to find Jin.
Yes.
Jing?
Jing. Alright.
Yes.
Yes, but
Choose
not
a better
anymore.
name.
Whatever. Alright?
Choose a better name.
That's his name, alright? That's his name. Alright? And then we get Gon, coming out of the flashback. Says goodbye to his family and aunt. Aunt's salty that Jing didn't come back to look after his family. Gon says...
But he took Gon off him. He took Gon off Jing, because it was too dangerous for a child or whatever.
Yeah, but she's upset because he never came back, never did anything.
Am I supposed to believe this is some kind of death for this auntie? That, I knew you were lying, I could see on your face,
Whatever, alright?
Am I supposed to be emotionally invested?
I guess, alright? But this character doesn't really matter.
Also, it's weird, like, Gon's face doesn't change.
He's a heart of gold man.
He just kind of, like, standing there. And then just says things.
Yeah. Whatever, alright? Let me get through this. So
Is that standard throughout the entire thing? He just kind of stands there with the same face.
Well, it's normally happy or angry, It's, basic stuff.
Okay.
But there you go, alright? God talks to his aunt and leaves He tells him that he understands his father because being a hunter is a hard job and it's dangerous and it's only for the strong. All right. And Gon wants to be the best. All right. What the question is from the first chapter? Did you pick this up?
What?
Is this because like the hype, Kai's like, I'm here because I'm looking for your father. He said something about being this being the ultimate hunt, right? Is Jing trying to make his son extremely strong by setting up this little
Does
gauntlet
he? Yeah. Does he send Kite for him?
to give him the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that answer. I'm just saying it's in the first chapter. Right?
Okay.
There you go. Gon goes on his journey to meet his father. We leave Whale Island. And that's the end of the chapter.
Is there any more bonding with Kai, or is that it?
Later.
Okay.
Alright. But there you go. There's a chapter.
I feel nothing.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Do you feel any? Are you inspired by this first chapter at all?
You see, you watch the anime.
Is it hype in the anime?
With the great music of Gon just looking at the ocean. You got that sense of adventure play, right? And you're like, yes, let's go, right? You feel the pull of adventure, the call of adventure. You feel it, right, in the anime. Of course, because, you got the music, voice acting, you got it all. In the manga, you're like, I guess, alright? I guess, alright? So there, what do you want me to say? It's like the most standard shonen chapter of all time. You got the kid doing something hype, Goku-esque character, a flashback about his heart of gold and what his dream is and who he looks up to, and then we start the call to adventure. We go on the adventure, right?
Yes. Now, Christian.
Extremely standard.
I'm just gonna pull up
Yeah.
a tweet. Raid Hunter Chapter 1 out of 5 stars. If people want to go vote, go
Sure.
vote. We'll
Go.
get a response. Now,
Short first chapter. I'll say that.
yes.
All right.
Talk to me about the art. We're here with Togashi.
It's fine. Some panels look weird.
Is it too light?
It's a little light. But was it supposed to be coloured? I don't know. It looks like it's meant to be coloured, watercoloured. To me, it looks like it's supposed to be watercoloured. That's why things aren't really working. Because you got the buddies that are just white and with the slight lines. You would imagine that would be watercoloured. It looks like it was supposed to be watercoloured by the smudging on the greys. So we read it black and white, so I don't know what's going on there. It's fine. Like, it's nothing special. Like, we know what it is. Togashi not known for his art most of the time. So yes, he has great panels here or there. Is he known for his art? No. And people are going to come at me saying he is. He's not. Come on, guys. He's not known for his art.
Maybe in other ways.
Sure.
He's known for his art. Anyway. To me, this art contributes to the uninspiring adventure that he's trying to set up. I mean, action, not particularly well done.
Would you say, because this chapter is so standard, it reminds me of Build King. Do you remember Build King? The first chapter of that?
At least Bill King was somewhat dynamic, though.
That's what I'm saying. Build King, you could say, is the exact same formula as this. You got Kid, who's all about nature, heart of gold, good man.
Similar.
You get the flashback, you get a little hype, it ends.
Somewhat.
Call of adventure.
Somewhat 30 years later.
Yeah. It's the same thing. Now, do we give him the benefit of the doubt of time? Not really, because it's 1999.
Yes.
It's 22 years later, Eric. Not
Romance
30.
Dawn already out.
Romance Sword already out. Naruto already out. Bleach already out. Hunter comes along, gives us the standard fare. Was this outdated back then? Question for the audience.
Togashi, old school man, though. Doing
Sure. Very old school man.
Yo Hakusho,
Yeah.
one of the most old school.
Of animes.
Now, want to say this about like. I put a poll out on Twitter asking the people what is a fair shake, a fair shot for a series, Christian. The consensus was about 20 chapters.
Sure.
Is that enough for Hunter x Hunter?
See, I don't know. I've never read the manga. I've only seen the anime.
What?
I've read the new arc in the manga. All right.
What do you think about that?
Togashi at his peak. Take it or leave it. All right.
What?
I'll just say that.
Okay.
All right. This is just like, if this was a manga in Jump today, it would go nowhere. And that's what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It would get the same reaction as Build King. If this was the first chapter you see in Jump today, it would get the same reaction as Build King. Not many people talking about it, people saying it's going to be dropped, whatever. Right? So
Chainsaw Man has some buzz around it.
Did I say Chainsaw Man?
I'm just saying, like Chainsaw Man had some kind of buzz around it.
Chainsaw Man massively popular.
They only started really getting super popular lately.
Sure.
People started to talk about it.
I've heard about it from the start, but it's it's growing. But you know what it's missing? Something, because one, there's no Nen in it. Nen doesn't appear for a long while.
It's just not dynamic. Like
there's no power system. There's the hunter system, but it's not really explained.
I would describe it as flat. It's just there's no depth.
Is this Togashi coasting off his name?
I felt like the first 2 pages were him trying.
Okay.
And then the rest is just...
Is this Togashi coasting off his name in the first chapter? Now, I'm not saying Hunter x Hunter, great story. I'm not saying it's not a great story. But we're talking about the first chapter of this story. Togashi, already a hit, already a legend in the anime manga community, already a legend in Jump. Is he coasting off his name here?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not that long. It's not crazy ambitious. The art's fine. There's one double page spread at the start for like the splash screen. You know the this is Hunter x Hunter. There's one double page spread. You know the paneling's okay.
It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is, right? Because we complained about action today in the new school, right?
Sure.
But still, Togashi, at least the first chapter, I'm not sure about the rest, Christian.
There's no action.
Kind of doing the attack.
There's like a sword attack.
There's slight plays of action when like the bear attack's gone or whatever. It's just uninspiring. And Dragon Ball's already out.
One Piece is already out. Naruto's already out.
Like, people need to study, man.
Go read the first arc of Naruto. The art is so good.
Yes.
Don't look at the fucking war arc when it goes downhill. Look at Naruto Part 1. The art is impeccable. Right?
There's a reason why it was so popular.
There's a reason why it's so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? I'm gonna say it. My Hero and Berserk had the first better chapter.
Yep.
There's a hook there. There's something interesting. Better action. A hook. A hint of a power system. A more interesting world. Because in this, Togashi doesn't really deliver anything in this first chapter. Right?
Doesn't deliver much.
So, again, it's a short first chapter. It's only maybe 35 pages.
Yeah.
Just kind of short for a first chapter in Jump. But, there you go. There's my take. I'm going to say it's the most average first chapter we've ever done here. Alright? There is no...
What would be...
He tries to do a Shanks moment with Kite, but Kite doesn't do any sort of sacrifice, and there's no relationship there.
Well, there's no sense of danger either.
No sense of danger.
The sea monster straight up just eats the bandit, right? And then charges at Luffy.
Yeah.
At high speed, it's dynamic. Shanks comes in, saves him last minute. You don't see it.
Just compare this to the first chapter of One Piece. Alright? First thing we see, the relationship between the mentor and Luffy. Shanks and Luffy.
We
They're
actually,
mucking around, they're playing around, they're having
but
fun.
the first thing,
Yeah,
Roger,
sure, the legend.
you actually get to see the setup, not random pictures of stuff.
Sure. Yeah, it's standard fare, you would say. Roger. We know our goal. We know what the world's about. We know why there's pirates. Okay. Then we get Luffy and Shanks, their relationship in a couple of pages. We're mucking around in a bar. We're having fun. We're cracking jokes. We're laughing. We're having fun. Luffy then eats the gum fruit. He gets his powers. We find out how he gets his powers. There's comedy. There's gags. There's fun. The bandits walk in. We get to see Shanks' will. Shanks' ideology.
We're intrigued. Why did this man fight? Luffy's
Yeah,
Ben Beckman. Talking about the dangers of the world.
sure. Then, it's fine. Then Luffy is kidnapped by the pirates. Shanks gets mad. You're attacked by my friends.
Not him, his hype man comes in. His right hand beats up all the bandits, fucks them up.
Sure.
Cigarette butt to the face.
Lucky Roo straps cap.
Lucky Roo caps the man.
Should have execute someone.
Yeah.
Right? Then we get the Sea King incident. Destroys whatever his name is, the bandit captain.
The bear, yeah.
The Shanks loses an arm for this kid. Says it's just an arm. Gives him the straw hat.
There's some Mick Dundee shit to the Sea King.
Conqueror's Haki, whatever. Alright. Then Shanks gives Luffy the straw hat after saying Luffy wants to be the Pirate King. Right? We get Luffy's will. We get Shanks' will. We get it all. And then the final page, Luffy smacking that sea dragon right from the adventure.
And it's starting, like, and Oda puts in the effort to make it dynamic and it give weight to each moment.
Yeah.
There's no weight to this first chapter. No, there's no weight to anything.
And this is 3 years before Hunter x Hunter even releases.
Yes.
Right? So no excuse, Togashi. This is a straight up 5 out of 10. First chapter.
What would be bad? Because we're gonna have this conversation. What's poor?
Like, you don't understand literally, like, it has to be, like, failing.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't understand the main character. I don't understand.
I hate the main character.
Whatever. It has to be, like,
You have to hate things, I guess.
yeah, you have to actually, like, dislike things. Like, I think this is a fair, straight up, average, middle, 5 out of 10. Alright?
Would you pick up chapter 2? I think that's the mark between fail and success, right? Would you pick up chapter 2?
I think I would have to. I think we'd have to hear good things about chapter 2 to go into it, alright? So, there you go. Now, again, the anime, much better. First episode of the anime, much better. Because you get more. You get that music. You get that sense of adventure. You get it, alright? There you go. Alright?
I want to give it a 4, but I guess it didn't
But
fail.
it doesn't fail. It's just like meh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It doesn't fail, so I'll give it a 5.
There you go. 5 out of 10.
It works.
Now, this is not saying Hunter x Hunter is a bad show. We're only talking about chapter 1. We're trying to be as objective as possible. The first chapter only. We're not talking about, the 100 exams. We're not talking about, other shit. We're only talking about the first chapter. So don't get mad. Yeah, I have enjoyed every episode of the anime of Hunter x Hunter. I watched it all. I enjoyed it. Hunter x Hunter is a great show. Right? I'm not going to say it's not a great show. Right? There you go. See there. Very standard, middling chapter. You know? Alright. Now, let's move on to how strong is Shanks. Alright? Yeah, let's move on. Because I already had my rant about how Togashi showed up lies to us in the first page, but whatever, alright? There you go. Moving on. How strong is Shanks. How strong is Shanks? Every week. we come to you with the question of, how strong is Shanks? Alright?
Yes.
And every week, we say, Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. But, there are people out there who say, Kaido's the strongest. Blackbeard's the strongest. Dragon's the strongest. Dragon. Mm-hmm. There are people out there that say Mihawk's the strongest. There are people out there that say sweatiest man on the planet, Alkaido's the strongest. That's all you have to know. Alright? Will the strongest be that sweaty? Mm-hmm. Alright? And the worst of all, the people out there that say Aimu's the strongest. Worst of them all. Alright? But every week we come with 100% factual information to the table.
Factual.
Alright? And this week's evidence is Shanks is so strong that he could reach his dark continent before Togashi even writes it.
Maybe he's already there.
He's already there.
Waiting for them.
He's already there, alright? Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King. Now moving on to topic of the show. Eric hates nuance, alright?
I don't even know what this is about. But
first thing I want to say is people in the chat getting upset that we're talking about the first chapters. This is the whole point. It's the most even playing field because 1, it's in the same magazine, and 2, it's the same conditions. Debut chapter in Jump. We compare it to One Piece because it's basically the same kind of setup. One Piece just does it way better. What do you, how can we not compare chapter 1 of One Piece and chapter 1 of Hunter x Hunter? It's basically the same. Oda did it better. Mm. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Alright? Don't say you can't compare them. You can compare them because it's basically the same. It's a shonen manga in Jump releasing around the same time period with the same set of circumstances. Alright? How can we not compare them? How are they not? Come on. Alright? And this, again, does not reflect on the overall quality of Hunter x Hunter. We're only talking about chapter 1.
yes.
So don't get mad. Alright? Don't get mad. Alright? Because we know how the Hunter x Hunter fans are, Eric. We know how they are. You say anything about Hunter x Hunter that isn't It's the GOAT, instantly attacked. Alright?
Sure.
Instantly attacked. But anyway. There's an established canon on this show. Alright? That Eric hates Edge, daddy issues, nuance, some would say. Alright? Traumatic events that shape the lives of characters. Alright?
Like Ace.
Like Ace, like Guts.
Ace, so dramatic and tormenting.
Alright? Eric, people out there say Eric hates nuance. Alright? What is your rebuttal?
Alright.
What is your rebuttal?
This is the rebuttal. Don't show me something.
Yeah.
Pretending like you have great intellect and depth. When the logic of the situation does not equate to the level of quote unquote nuance or depth.
Okay.
Don't
Now break it down for people.
All right.
Because maybe it's a little too granular.
Shall we use Ace as an example, Christian? The famous example.
Alright. The legendary example.
Ace is upset because a toothless barman in a bar
Says his father's the
said
evil.
his father is a devil.
Sure.
And he carries that burden for 20 years.
Sure.
People try to sell me that Ace is a great character with
Depth,
nuance. It's a nuanced situation. Oh, he's justified in his response to his father.
You see, this
What?
this breaks down into a philosophy of writing, because at what point?
Now, if the world government captured this man
Sure.
and abused him for his father's crimes,
They kind of did.
then I could
know,
get on board.
They kind of did.
But they didn't.
You can say they did. Because of his father, all of his family was dragged into this war.
He's a pirate.
Yeah, but because of his
Are
father...
they not? Is that not his choice, Christian, to be a pirate and a criminal?
But Ace is upset because his family has been dragged into
As a
this
child,
battle.
he's upset.
I'm just telling you that they kind of did abuse him for it. Right? Somehow Sengoku found out. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Ace.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the minutia of this statement. Alright? Because at what point is it nuance? And at what point do you see the hand of the author? As they
You
say.
gotta explore the theme.
Yes.
You have to explore the theme and the trauma in a earnest and legitimate way. Don't tell me X happened, that's why he acts this way. Explore those actions. Explore the characters around him have to interact with those actions. You got one guy that doesn't understand. You got another guy that understands what he's been through. You know, there's things you could explore around serious topics and issues.
Sure.
But don't dance around it. Explore. If you're going to have depth, have it. Explore it. Come out the other side with it. Because there's nothing stronger, Christian, than having someone experience great sorrow and torment and legitimate struggle and come out the other side.
But there is the dark, edgy period, Eric.
There is the dark age period, but you have to explore the true depth of what's going on. You can't just tell me things have happened, right? You can't just imply...
Yeah, but at what point does that just become you just writing an essay on the topic?
Well,
You know what I mean?
you can show how he... a character was abused, and then you see his relationship with females, or the opposite way around. A woman's in a relationship with a man, she was abused. You see that come through into a relationship. You explore that topic. All these kind of things can be explored, and it is explored in other mediums. Film explores it, novels explore it. I'm sure Berserk explores it at some point, right? Does it explore the legitimate topics that it brings up, or is it used to just justify actions? Because I get annoyed when X happens to a character, right? And then it's used to justify shitty actions to drive the plot. Without really exploring what the character feels about the situation.
Sure.
Because at that point, it just becomes a narrative device, a plot device to twist it for events to happen.
So, you want it to be an integral part of the story.
Yes, you don't, because then it doesn't come off as legitimate. It doesn't come off as authentic to the character. Because it just feels like people are
Like a side note,
it's like a character. It'd be like a character sheet in RPG was tortured. That's why he's quiet.
What if it was like, it's kind of like you use that to justify actions and garner sympathy. Alright, sure. Now, do you have a problem with the manipulation aspect of the traumatic event?
What is it? What do you mean by the
Manipulating the audience to feel a certain way about the character, kind of not earning it through...
You can't...
not earning it, like kind of like getting cheap sympathy by having a massively edgy traumatic event, right?
But what it depends what the
gotta-
sympathy is used for, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's used as an excuse for the audience not to feel like X character is a bad person They just have the they're just reacting to their traumatic event, so they're justified in said action. And to me, two wrongs don't make a right. You can't do a bad action because bad things have happened to you, and with no actual exploration of what happened, no exploration of the subconscious and the conscious mind in that situation.
Sure.
It just comes off as cheap, and you trying to have the character do bad, edgy, cool things that are morally wrong, but also you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? You can't have the cool, the edgy, and then not have the audience question why he's doing it, but he's had traumatic events happen to him, so it's justified. That's where it falls apart for me.
As you know, I wrote my own series. Now, I would love to get your thoughts on a certain character in part 3. Right? That the story revolves around a very interesting situation. Right? I'll give you that. And things happen because of it. Now,
what I'd like to see is have the characters wrestle with it internally and externally.
Now,
wrestle with that emotion. Have the character struggle with the emotion.
Yes.
Don't let it be a point. Robin has clearly abandonment issues, trust issues. Luffy proves himself to her.
Yeah.
And then she finally breaks down in the, I want to live.
Sure. Alright.
But you can see her internal struggle.
Yeah.
Throughout her actions.
So you want action-based things, alright?
Well, I want the character that has that flaw and that trauma to wrestle with it in real time. That's the only way it feels legitimate.
Okay. Now, it would be interesting to get your thoughts on this. But will you ever read it? No. So there you go. All right. There you go. Because I might have the answer for you, Eric. I might have the answer for you. That's what I'm saying. I might have the answer for you, but you refuse to read it. So there you go. All right.
It's like people bring up laws, like there were legitimate traumatic issues that were shown in real time.
But law, not really like.
Yeah, I know, but like we don't explore that in real time.
Like law is basically fine.
The flashback. What do you think about the flashback used? And then, the thing is with Law is, right? Law,
he doesn't really have a problem. There's no problem with Law.
Yeah, some say Law has, like, the saddest backstory.
But he has no issues.
Yeah,
What's
there's no
Law's
issues. So there's no real...
He's a little quiet. He might wear a little eye makeup.
Sure, but he's not a bad person.
Got tattoos.
It's only a problem when the author tries to justify poor actions with he was traumatized or trauma.
All right.
But there you go. That's the statement.
Because I wanted to clear it up for people. Because you say crazy, wild stuff. People think
I've said this before.
People say, like nuance. People coming at you. I wanted to give you the time to explain it. Explain it, what you mean, why you don't like it. And there you go. And that's the topic of the show. Now we're moving on to Thunderdome. All right?
Yes.
A wholly contested debate. All right? We're here in the Thunderdome. We're here. These two characters have been battling out for years, Eric. Years. For the coveted title of strongest East Blue villain, we have Daddy Don Krieg versus Arlong.
Have we not done this before?
No. We've talked about it before. We've never actually done it. People talk about this all the time. Who is the strongest East Blue villain?
Right.
Is it Trix McGee, Don Krieg? Or is it the powerhouse of Arlong? That's the question.
Where are we fighting? In the Thunderdome? There is a river.
There is a river. Alright. Now, we do give all weapons to Don Krieg that are on
And
his body.
Arlong.
Sure.
Does he get
he's
his sword?
He gets his sword, tooth sword. I don't know how useful that is. Whatever.
Yeah, how did
Now-
Luffy beat Don Krieg? Because just a pummeling.
Just pummeling him.
Breaking the gold armor was a point in that fight. Not sure if it was necessarily
Spear.
useful.
Breaking the spear.
And the armor.
Sure, with the, you know.
The explosive spear tough for Luffy though.
Sure.
Would Luffy have struggled in that fight if he wasn't at the bottom of the sea for like half of it?
What, Arlong?
Yeah. Because he didn't really like struggle at the end, did he?
There was a bit of comedy.
He did get bit.
Yeah, he did get bit. There was a bit of damage.
Does the armor on Don Krieg stop that bite?
I think so.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. If Zoro can't cut steel, I'm not giving it to Arlong. Zoro can't cut steel at that point. He has to learn some ultimate Rio technique.
Talk to me about strength. Can Don Krieg
There's physicality there.
Can Don Krieg do the same that Luffy did? Break the armor. Break the spear.
Does Don Krieg need to do that?
Does Arlong need to do that?
Well, does Arlong need to do that? Does Arlong need to break the spear?
Would it be a problem?
Because let me tell you this: Arlong unleashes the gas weapon. Arlong dives into the stream
No
in
problem.
the Thunderdome. No problem. All right. Now, Don Krieg pulls out the steel cape. Maybe is Arlong crazy enough to punch it? Does
Probably, right?
Arlong have that tenacity? Right. There's a debate here. I'm not gonna lie. There's a debate here because we got that explosive spear.
He's got that Gatling arm.
We got those weapons. We got those spikes. We got those poisons.
But what beat Arlong? An axe?
Yeah, but it's common punishment.
A building axe that took out a building.
Sure, but Don Krieg takes multiple hits from Luffy. We're not saying he doesn't.
Without the armor? He gets done in by
He punches by the face. He gets punched in the face a couple times.
one of the great moves, Christian. Not sure if people know this. One of my
Shotgun?
favorite Luffy moves.
The hammer?
Sledgehammer.
Sledgehammer. Okay. Don Krieg does take multiple hits, right? Now, Luffy's not really getting damaged by anything except for the spear, the explosive spear, because he's made of rubber.
And he gets stabbed by the bullets.
Sure. He's getting stabbed, whatever. He's not getting hit by a diamond knuckle because, he's made of rubber. Doesn't count. Would that count on Arlong? That's the question. Alright? Now, Arlong can buy through concrete, sure. But steel? Questionable. Alright?
So
It's a tough
it's able to cop Luffy punishment, which is no joke.
Sure.
Luffy's pretty powerful, pretty strong.
Now, what's the most impressive thing Arlong does? Lift up the concrete and throw Luffy in the water.
Sure, I guess he's like teeth tornado thing is his best move, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't land.
He doesn't really have any other moves. He just kind of like got his sword.
Like, I don't think the sword would have gone through Don Krieg's armor. Surely not.
You can get him in the face at some point, though.
Yeah,
right?
but he's got shields. He's got shoulders pads.
Arlong is durable.
That is true.
Does
Arlong is durable.
Cops plenty of hits from Luffy.
But so does Don Krieg, though. You can't deny. Don Krieg's got some damage on him. Right? Now, maybe if it wasn't for Mihawk, he would be at full health. He would be ready to go. Can't forget, Don Krieg just came off injury. Hungry injury.
We did eat, though.
He did eat, but he still got the bandage on. As you all know. If you have a bandage on your head, you cop that L. Fujitora. You can't forget it. My gut is saying Arlong, just based off the shonen logic, right? Of the final boss is the hardest boss, alright? And the fact that he's a fishman, you know, the 10 times strength meme.
Now, King 1 wants to bring in the meme of Bloodlusted on Arlong's side.
But does Don Krieg take advantage of that? He's got the nets. You know, he's got everything. I'm gonna go Arlong just based on raw physicality, alright?
So, do you imagine he breaks the armor, breaks the weapons, pummels?
Eventually gets to him.
Because Don Krieg's not really a martial artist.
He's a spearman.
Now, Arlong's some kind of fisherman karate.
I mean, I guess.
That's for Gurn.
Sure.
But, you know, no one's saying he's Jinbei.
He's a fraud.
What is Jinbei, like 10 dead black belt fisherman karate?
He's the world's strongest fisherman, for sure. But whatever. Right? So there you go. Don Krieg loses his battle. We have to give it to Arlong, alright? Come on. Just based on...
Younger Brahma brings up the point that Mihawk did run when the Diamond Knuckle came out. What do you got that day?
I don't know about that meme, but, well, you know. There you go.
Alright.
The wholly contested debate has concluded.
Sure.
Right? Now, moving on to questions. Alright. A few questions.
So who's who Gurn?
Questions. A few questions for us.
Yes.
There you go. From Harvested Berry. Do you think Nen is the best power system in anime? I always prefer stands and can't
Christian's got a hot take about
wait
Nen.
for the Purple Haze feedback review. Whatever. It's needlessly complicated for no reason. Alright? Maybe that's a hot take, but did we need the basic techniques? The advanced techniques? Now we've got the Nen Beasts. Now we've got, you know, the 5-6 different categories of Nen. It's like... Sure, it exists, but it's never really utilized in a crazy, interesting way. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they've got... It basically just boils down to this guy has a unique power because of Nen. That's basically what it boils down to.
So you don't need the categories.
It could basically be...
What about Kurapika, Christian? He gets all of them. So, you know.
It could basically, like, at the end of the day, Nen could be, like... Nen could be, like, the loosest power system possible, and it would still function the same way, in my mind. Like, you could have just Nen just be some sort of aura, and characters have unique abilities because that's what they've trained, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it never really, like, they never really go into depth with, like, the weaknesses of the different types, and because they all have the base rule set, and then they've got the thing on top. So the way Nen works is, like, you've got the aura basic, right? Mm-hmm. You've got the sensory, all the types of the defensive. You've got the basic stuff of Nen, and then you've got the affinity on top, right?
Yes.
And that's where you get your unique ability, and that's where, you know, the interesting stuff comes in. Because the basics of Nen is like one arc, basically. It's like the tournament arc of like God and Killua trying to unlock it and learn the basics. Like, there's no, like... It basically boils down to, like, everyone has a unique ability. Mm-hmm. Like, the affinities basically don't need to exist in my mind. Like, they don't need to exist.
Does it rock, paper, scissors each other? Is that supposed to be a thing?
I don't think it's a thing. I could be wrong. I'm not a Hunter expert. No. But I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be a rock, paper, scissors thing. Mm. It's supposed to be about unique abilities and your own unique stuff.
Does that only exist for Kurapika and have all of them? All the categories?
Sure. Right?
Perhaps.
But there you go. Right. I've got the wiki up for the Nen powers if you want to go through them. I mean, there's like 8 questions about Nen.
Sorry,
everyone wants to know, alright? From Stefax, beyond natural potential as a character. Like, he's not even in this latest arc. What the... I guess maybe one day he'll be hype, but okay. Mm-hmm. Alright?
Who is this man?
He is the son of the old guy who does the Buddha shit.
Okay. And he's supposed to be a stupid hype, bro.
He's a hype man.
He's supposed to be the pride of his father, right?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So he's a hype man.
Where was he in the verse in the Ant-Man?
You know, he's a wild man.
Too busy fucking around.
Yeah, he's a wild, crazy man.
Was he the backup player?
Well, you know, the backup player was a nuke, but whatever. All right. He was ready. All right. From Crazy Man, Goat X Oat obliterates the current shonen, including One Piece no cap. That's an opinion. It's an opinion. All right. From Japanese Jim, favorite Hunter x Hunter character, Eric?
The old man that fights the bug. Because that's a cool fight.
Netero. Alright?
Yeah.
He's cool. I like Mole's abilities. And his design, he's pretty cool. You know, he's the guy with the white hair and the little glasses, and you know, he's got the smoke abilities. That's pretty cool. Character though,
everyone talks about the Ant being the GOAT character of all time with the most depth and fucking. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, he's interesting. Is he my favorite? Nah. Like, I guess like Killua, because he's like the guy. Because like Gon's just, you know, you're shonen. Killua's cool. If Jing was in it and actually, you know, part of this arc, it'd be the hype man Jing. But he's not. So there you go.
Do you even know his ability?
Yeah, but it's not like it's not at its hype. He's done little showpieces, little things, little tastes, right? But you know, nothing too great. Of course, there's the classic Hisoka. You know, everyone knows who Hisoka is. Then you've got Corollo. You know, there's a few to pick.
Alright.
There's a few to pick from.
Next question.
From MKB the Kid. Will you guys be watching the anime or reading the manga? It is one of the best adaptations ever. I have watched all the anime and I'm currently caught up to the manga. So there you go.
Do you want to shoot yourself yet? How much do you hate this arc? Is this where Togashi gets out of control?
I don't know why people say it's good. Like, I don't get it. It's a meme. I swear it's a meme.
Yeah.
I swear it's a meme, and I'm living in a crazy world where people say this new arc is good. It's hype for the first 5 chapters. Sure, you get the Dark Continent, you get Beyond Netero, you get hype, you get craziness, you're getting promises. And then we actually get on this boat, and there's nothing but talking and character introductions, and you don't give a fuck. But that's a rant for another time, alright?
Okay.
Gon's not even in it. Killer was not even in it. It's Kurapika and a whole bunch of new fucking characters you don't care about. Who the fuck cares about Melody? Get out of here. Who gives a fuck about these princes? Come on. What are we doing?
Should just teleport to the Dark Continent.
Legit. I don't know why we had to have this prince arc. What are we doing? What are we doing? And people think it's not going to last that long. It's going to last for fucking ever. People are deluding themselves that they think this arc is hype.
Does Togashi talk about intent?
All the intent.
Give me your definitive take on the man's style of storytelling. Is it heavy use with narrator?
It's heavy narration.
Is it egregious?
Now, is it because the latest arc is the first arc I've read in the manga, and it's just pissing me off?
No.
Because the anime, sure, it's got a lot of narration, it's got a lot of shit like that, right? Like, it has its purpose, but it's heavy-handed. I'll say it's heavy-handed.
Mm-hmm.
But there you go, that's my take on the latest arc. Please, can we just get it done with? Like, we just had fucking Nidoro versus Mirror. We just had a hype as fuck fight.
Please explain to Christian's smooth brain why.
And we're talking about trading Nen for this prince. What? Who cares? Who cares?
Maybe the prince is gonna join the crew, Christian, as the king.
No, he's the villain. No one cares.
Okay. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah. It's an issue, right? I fucking, you know. Why am I crazy? There you go. From Rinkin. Does this current arc have the potential to be the best in Hunter x Hunter? There you go. No.
No, it doesn't.
I don't understand this.
Is it going to be a high battle at the end?
I swear people think that this arc is a Dark Continent arc. It is not the Dark Continent arc. It's this stupid boat arc that no one cares about.
Do you think people are...
Right? Please, we're not even on the island to have the battle royale yet. We're still on this boat, taking out princes, trying to find fucking Hisoka on this boat. He hasn't even showed up yet. And the fucking, we got mafia bosses and bullshit. Who cares?
And the hiatuses don't help.
No. Alright?
What was I going to say? Do you think it's like a intellectual take that this is GOAT? Like, is this some...
I think, like, people are, like, obsessed with the promise of the Dark Continent. And it's just not going to happen. Like, legitimately.
In
it's
our
not gonna happen.
lifetime.
If ever. But there you go. Alright. From Hippo. Hey, baby, why is Brooke underrated? Brooke doing some great things in Hawkeye Gold. He's a newer Straw
One of
Hat.
the newest, yes.
Alright, he's the newest Straw Hat. That's apart from G-Bat, but you cannot make that
Soul King,
argument.
baby.
You know,
We got to use that Soul King in, like, situations that
you're the big mom.
are contrived. But,
Big mom.
you know.
I don't know, big mom's kind of specialist, alright? There you go, Brooke. Brooke, great. Everyone loves Brooke. He ranks higher than Frankie in the popularity poll, so there you go. There you go. Alright?
But he's underrated, I agree.
From Tom, which book, manga, webtoon, or story would you like to reread? I am thinking about rereading that JoJo Part 6. Getting me ready for the anime. Alright? I wasn't too hyped on Part 6 while I was doing my read-through. Why? Because it's a lot of the same stuff that you've seen before. But there are some great moments. And I've got to refresh myself. Alright? Because I just finished Part 5. Went to Part 6 straight up. Maybe a little burnt out on JoJo, maybe. Right? But we go back to Part 6. I want to experience.
When is Part 6 coming? The JoJo show will return.
Yes.
Where is it? You told me 2019 that it was coming out.
No, I didn't say 20. Fucking Part 5 ended in 2019.
Okay. You said it would be announced in 2019.
No, I didn't. I said it'd be announced in 2020. It was not announced in 2020.
But surely you thought it'd be out by now.
I was legitimately thinking 2021 for
Why
it.
did they do it? What's the hold up?
There's so much pre-production.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay.
So there you go. That's the answer to
Do
that
you want
question.
David to do it again?
Sure, why not? They're great at it.
David's pretty good.
No one can beat their best sound design in this business. Their productions. Best sound design in the business.
The mixes. Now, I imagine it's probably,
Outsourced company or
outsourced.
But they've got the
mixing
best.
studio. But clearly they got the man.
They got the best.
That meaty.
It's
Gatling
literally,
cushion,
it's
something
literally
weapon.
a machine gun going off.
Sure.
Right?
Sound design goes a long way. A
Now,
long way.
Jolene should sound like a fucking cannon going off. Alright?
Okay.
Alright?
I'm hyped for that.
Get ready for that.
People underestimate sound mixing, sound design, Christian. It goes so far.
Sure. Alright. Next question. From Slice Wind. Is Hunter x Hunter a goat, sheep, pig, or chicken? What's like the goat, but a less? I guess a sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah.
That implies some kind of copycat situation, though.
Sure. I guess you did. I guess that is one.
Not a pig, though. Is it semi-fraudulent? So we'll go with sheep.
It's not. The anime is so good. So, like, the story has merit. Because the anime is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? But, yeah, there you go. From Alnar. Would Cole or Brago win in a fight?
Cole's a powerhouse. If he gets one drop kick, it's over.
See, Cole's always talking about his dropkick and how powerful
No,
it is.
you can see his foot skills in various reaction videos.
Sure.
Not the fastest fighter.
But apparently he's got that ultimate dropkick move.
Would Brago just pepper him?
I feel like Brago's got the speed, the patience, and the wherewithal.
I don't know the height differential between these men. That's a big point.
I imagine Brago taller for some reason.
I think they're about the same. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
No, we all know JD Legend's about 5 foot.
5'6", I've heard.
I heard 5 foot.
5 foot.
Yeah.
JD Legend.
Yeah.
Apparently he's...
I heard he buys smaller chairs.
Smaller
furniture.
chairs
and furniture to make himself look
bigger. Is he that fraudulent?
Yes.
Alright,
That's
JD.
that's what I've heard.
That's what he's heard. There you go. So, but this question is about King Lightning versus Brago.
Dritz loses to both.
That's obvious. Why are we discussing that
I just
possibility?
thought we'd point that out.
Alright? I'm going to have to say, I'm backing Brago in.
Should we do a Thunderdome or some point, Colin?
I'm backing Brago in. Put up a poll. And tag both of them. Brago versus in a bare knuckle fist fight. In a street fight.
In a street fight. No
Street
weapons?
In a street fight. Whatever you want to say about that. Obviously, you're not allowed to bring a knife or gun. Come on, street fight. Hand to hand street fight.
Do I just say no weapons? Is probably
just say hand to hand street fight because that implies no weapons.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Brago because I think Brago's got the stamina. He's got the cool. He's got the wherewithal. You know, he'll stay calm. You know, hit Cole from a distance. You know, and take him down. That's my take.
Mm-hmm.
All right. From Hugo Nava, is Hunter x Hunter overrated?
It's rated as one of the greatest of all time, so Christian can speak.
It deserves its spot amongst the greatest. I'll say that. It deserves its spot amongst the greatest. Great moments, great story. Alright?
I'll put the poll up
But
for,
there you
what, a week?
Yeah, give it a week.
We'll give it a week.
We'll come back to you next.
6 days, so we can we can have it.
Yeah.
Next week.
There you go. From MBDD. What are your thoughts on NEM power system compared to other power systems? Now, I've talked about this before.
Mm.
I think NEM, a little too overcomplicated for its own good. I'm sure it follows its own rules. I haven't really sat there with a fine-tooth comb going through every fight. But I'm sure it follows its own rules. It's good. It's just like, it's
too complex. Does Togashi need to explain what's going on with the Ned for way too long every time?
Well, there's training arcs where he explains it. But, you know, it's not too heavy-handed. But I feel like if you just got rid of the category system, it would be the same.
Alright, next question.
Yeah, next question. From Itachi. Can we get a Toriko review? Especially the first arc with Neo. The final arc with Neo and Acacia, or maybe at least a first impressions solid video.
Hype.
Guinness.
Monkey
King Bambina.
Heracles and Tiamat. One of the greatest team of all time.
Sure. Toriko is a
Acacia
series.
changing form every week.
Sure. Alright. There you go. Does Toriko have more chapters than Hunter x Hunter? That's a question for you. I think it might.
I think it's around 400.
I think it might have more chapters than Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
There you go. From Dart. When are you guys going to visit that Hunter x Hunter escape room? You know, it's in Japan only. Probably not going to happen. There you go. Alright. From Zoro Peace. Why does Eric maul himself after Sasuke? Question for you, Eric.
Main question.
Yeah.
Aggressive question.
He's calling you an edge master.
I explained my piece.
There you go. He explained his piece. He's explained it. And that's what it is, alright? From Red Bull Podcast, is Hunter x Hunter overrated? We already answered that question, alright? We already answered that question. It deserves its place amongst the greatest, alright?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that, alright? From Lord Zarkon, if you were in Hunter x Hunter universe, what type of Nen would you want? This is why I brought it up. Alright? What type would you want? Let me read them to you, Eric.
Do you have to read them?
Which one do you want?
Go on.
Which one sounds the best?
Go on.
Enhance. Strengthen themselves or objects.
Okay.
Then you have transmute. Change the quality or aura to match something else.
Okay.
Whatever. Imagine it like alchemy
Sure.
from Fullmetal Alchemist, basically. Okay, kind of. Alright? Conjurer. Create objects from aura. Basically, the bullshit abilities no one wants.
Okay.
Oh, I summoned a vacuum cleaner that sucks shit up.
I summoned a thing that has the ability of a different thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically. Specialization. I get all the Nen powers.
Okay, I have that
Why does
one.
this exist?
Can I have that one?
Alright? Oh no, it's you can do anything.
Specialization.
You can do anything.
Okay.
You can do anything.
Does it literally say anything?
Unique effects. You can do anything with them.
Why do the categories exist when there's a one that can do anything?
Because Kurapika has to exist.
Okay.
Alright? Manipulation. Controlling animated and inanimated things. So puppets and bullshit.
Okay.
Alright? And then emission. Detaching aura from the body. So like key blasts.
I'll take the specialist. So can I have anything?
I have
more?
all the powers.
There you go.
Alright, there you go. I guess there you go.
Easy answer.
It's not all the powers, it's unique effects, which means you can do anything.
Okay, I'll take it.
Alright, there you go. Alright. A specialist. All right?
All options are on the table.
There you go.
When a specialist is involved.
From Dart. Are you up to date with Hunter x Hunter? Yes. Eric hasn't even touched it. Alright, there you go.
I refuse to touch it.
You read the first chapter though.
Yes.
Alright. From Young. Why is manga good for my sleep? Why is this manga good for my sleep? You say it puts him to sleep. Alright, he's bored. He's tired. Alright. He's sick of reading. Alright. From Corvo Q. How do you feel about the anime revealing spoiler stuff before the manga does? Luffy jumping through Kaido's blast in the Wano intro, just happening now in the manga, Denjiro reveal, etc. It's not...
You don't know how that happened. You don't know how that intro came together. Someone might have thought that's a cool thing.
Sure.
Don't know if that was intended.
Yeah.
And I doubt it would be, because that's fucking 6 months in advance.
Yeah. Alright, next question. From Itachi.
I mean, when things aren't exactly the same in terms of sequencing, then you can't say it's a spoiler. And that wasn't exactly the same in sequencing.
Sure. Alright, Itachi. A bit of an off-topic question, but what was the first anime/manga you watched and fell in love with? No, I wouldn't say Dragon Ball. I would say Yu-Gi-Oh was first. Why? Because of the card game. For a good 3 years,
Big in school.
for a big 3 years, life was just Yu-Gi-Oh. 3 years. Plus.
I would say longer.
Well, 3 years it was every day. Yu-Gi-Oh was the only thing that mattered. Right?
Until it got banned.
Trying to make a deck out of nothing.
Banned from some bad faith actors, Christian. Taking advantage.
We at one stage, it went away for a year and then came back even stronger. Right? At one stage. What is this?
Ruined.
What are we gonna play?
Anyway, don't worry about it. One answer for the people. This was the greatest. The people know.
Yeah, but that was the first. Oh, you're not gonna play the whole thing.
One of the great intros, Christian.
All right. But that was the first. I'll have to say legitimately Yu-Gi-Oh.
Probably Yu-Gi-Oh.
All right. Because
Black Beyblade
it lasted.
always shitty.
It was the school game, and the only thing that mattered. From grade. It started in grade like 2.
To 6.
2, 3, I think it disappeared in 4 for some reason, but grade 5 it was back with
4
vengeance.
got banned.
That's why it disappeared.
And then people forgot about it.
And then in grade 5, it came back with a vengeance.
Yes.
Alright? Crazy. Trying to build a deck from literally nothing. Getting scrap cards from kids. And trying to build a deck from nothing.
Trying to trade up.
Trying to trade up constantly.
Teaching those bartering skills. Those
Right.
crucial bartering skills. People get scared left and right. Anyway.
Yu-Gi-Oh's the answer. It was basically the only thing to exist for in preschool. Right? Because fuck classes and shit. You guys
Next
talk about
question,
that.
shit.
Alright, there you go. And that's the last question.
Okay.
There you go.
Ended off a little bit of nostalgia, Christian.
How could we forget Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Where did One Piece end on TV? Was it always like Alabasta?
It was like the start of Alabasta. It wasn't even the end of Alabasta.
I feel like I saw like Crocodile though.
Yeah, it was like that. It wasn't. It was. You never saw the end of Alabasta.
I'm pretty sure I remember Luffy getting stabbed.
Yeah.
And maybe that fight with the water on the rooftop.
Yeah, but you never saw the end. I never saw the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the Boo Saga on repeat.
For some reason, always the Boo Saga. Never anything else. Right? There you go. Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King.
We'll be back with a chapter, Christian, next week.
Praise be. The God King.
Good night.